It is entirely too early on a Saturday morning, and a whirlwind trip to Minnesota begins right now. Thank you. I feel welcomed. And now the goal is to get the car, get the Valleyfair, get the 2 credits that do not have Fastlane first, and then make our way to Nickelodeon Universe, get all of those credits, head back to Valleyfair with the Fastlane, get all those credits, photos, and videos, and hopefully at one of those 2 parks, I'm gonna get credit number 300. So first order of business, get the car. All right, for the record, Valleyfair charges less for parking than Elitch Gardens. Let that sink in. All right, so I gotta say, so far the entrance, pretty impressive. I get why people say that there's a lot of parking lot coasters here, but who cares? It's a cool way to be greeted as you're entering in. Also, so excited to get here, I forgot to turn the car off. That's fun. All right, now the hunt is on to find Excalibur. That is one of 2 coasters that does not take Fastlane. So my goal is to hit that first. I think I'm just gonna follow Peppermint Patty, who's all the way in the front, because she'll know the way. All right, I just did, I don't even know the name of it. It has Snoopy on it, and it's a kid's coaster, and there was no line, so I did it. And now it is time to go find Excalibur. No more detours. Just finished Renegade. Solid ride, not as rough as other people made it out to be. I did back row. First half, tons better than the second half. It will not make my top 25, but it was really good. It will probably be the best in the park, so I'm still looking for Excalibur though. The path that I was taking to get there was closed, so I'm gonna have to find another path. Maybe it doesn't open with the park, but there it is. So on to the next thing. Looks like the Wild Mouse will be next, except this is not a Wild Mouse. This is a Mad Mouse.
And enjoy your ride on Mad Mouse. Squeak, squeak. Placed on the exit platform.
Well, that was a fun Wild Mouse. I mean, it's a Wild Mouse, but I think it's an Arrow, and if that's the case, I like the Arrow mice better than any of the other mice that I've done. This one gets a thumbs up, but I hear the one at Michigan's Adventure is better.
Come back, riders. How's your ride?
Corkscrew was number 299. That was a fun Arrow looper. Not too much head banging. I mean, not the smoothest thing in the world, but better than Carolina Cyclone, and definitely better than Corkscrew at Cedar Point. Holy cow. So, so far not a bad ride here. Nothing overly exciting. So now the dilemma is that 300 is next. Do I go for Steel Venom, which I have not seen run, Wild Thing, or Excalibur, which I have also not seen run? Or do I just go to Nickelodeon Universe and make Rock Bottom Plunge number 300? The choices are endless. Well, I made my decision, and I'm going to get credit 300 here at the Ball of America, Nickelodeon Universe. Credit 300, here it is. SpongeBob SquarePants, Rock Bottom Plunge. All right, we did it. Credit 300, Rock Bottom Plunge. That was a heck of a lot better than Defiance. Okay, so I did Avatar Airbender, the Intamin half pipe, and I have mixed feelings about it because I get motion sickness really easily, but it didn't really spin that bad until the very, very end. So I'm a little bummed I didn't get the credit at Elitch Gardens, but it's probably a one and done, not because it's not a great ride, but because I can't handle the spinning. So naturally, if spinning is my issue, the next thing to do is the Fairly Odd Coaster. I survived the Fairly Odd Coaster. A few things about it. So it didn't spin as much as like the Pandemonium clones that I've done at Six Flags parks or Worlds of Fun, but it was surprisingly rough. I didn't expect that. Not out of a Gerstlauer spinner. So anyways, just FYI, in case you're ever out here to check it out. So 2 more credits left. Then we're gonna get some photo, video, and then back to Valleyfair. I think this is a robot that just drives around and sells ices. How does this work? All right, so that's how it works. I feel a little bit of shame in doing this, but not enough to not do it. That is a wrap for Mall of America, Nickelodeon Universe. I got my 300th credit, which was super awesome. I've got a few more credits over at Valleyfair that I've yet to get, so I'm gonna head over there, but I highly recommend Nickelodeon Universe. If you've never been here, I've never been to the one in American Dream, so I can't comment on that. But all the rides here are fantastic. They're long rides, complete rides, especially Pepsi Orange Streak, which was sort of like a half dark ride, half coaster. So it was really exciting and had a lot of fun. I hope to come back one day. So I made a little detour. I did not know that this mall had a Rainforest Cafe. So this is my lunch slash dinner because I'm eating a ton. All right, we're back at Valleyfair after a quick visit to Nickelodeon Universe. And if you've ever been here before, you're probably laughing at me right now because you recognize that I am in no man's land. I basically had to park in Colorado, walk from Elitch Gardens to get back to Valleyfair. So here's the deal. I've got 3 more credits that I need to get. Excalibur, which was not open when I left. Steel Venom, also not open when I left, and I haven't even seen it test, so not looking good there. And then Wild Thing, which was gonna be 300, but I thought it would be a good idea to get to Mall of America quickly. So the goal is to get these 3 credits, get some photos, get some videos, and then just get some re-rides in. Renegade was really solid, so I'm excited to do that. I might even do some flat rides, which I typically don't do on trips like this, but I'm thinking that I will have some time. Looks like some good photo ops of High Roller from the parking lot. So gonna head back in, get everything situated, get the rest of the credits, and keep it going. All right, so that does it. That was the 3rd of 3 Cedar Fair Morgan Hypers that I needed to complete. And after riding this, I can safely say that Steel Force was the best. All 3 are good. They're definitely not as great as a B&M Hyper, but I will say Wild Thing was definitely the roughest, but that's only comparatively speaking. It wasn't like shake the brains out of your head rough. It was shaky is probably the better word for it. I keep saying rough when I mean shaky. But it's a fun ride. I'll probably come back and do it again a little bit later. Lines are super long today. This park apparently gets really, really busy. So on to Excalibur, and then hopefully Steel Venom opens up. Okay, Excalibur, check. It was unique. It had a good airtime moment, but not for me. But I'm also one of those people that does not like Gemini, and I also don't really care for Magnum either. So, but it was fun to do it, and I don't wish it to be removed, just not my cup of tea. I just saw Steel Venom testing. It might have actually had people on it. I'm on like the opposite side of the park, so I'm going to haul it to go get my Steel Venom credit. Well, I got half a ride on Steel Venom, and what sucks is that it broke down right before we went back up the straight spike, which still has the working holding brake. So I'm counting that as a credit, and I hope that I get to get back in line and do it again. All right, so I did Steel Venom, back row, with the holding brake. Holy God, that was a sensation and a half. This is now my favorite impulse. So there won't be too much in the way of photos from this trip, because as you can see, it has been very gloomy and overcast all day. So I focused more on getting some re-rides, getting some more video, but it's been a good day. Weather's cooperated, nothing shut down, and Fast Pass was, well, you can't see it because it's covered by my other wristband, but it was an absolute must today. There's been nearly full queues for everything, and I've heard that this park gets really busy on a Saturday, so just FYI, if you're ever here, might be worth investing in Fast Pass if you can. So I am going to go check out their Scream and Swing, because I've not done any flat rides yet today, so we're going to change that right now. I've been putting it off long enough. It is time for the Renegade Marathon. Let's go. Renegade, I have a bone to pick. Way too rough. It's got excellent airtime in the first half of the ride, but whether you ride it in the front or the back, it is just, it's gonna beat you up. And I feel like it should not be that way. So a little disappointed with Renegade, all said, at the end of the day. I like how it's perfectly acceptable to just walk across the grass here. Like everyone just cuts off the trail, which I'm doing right now myself, so I'm not complaining. I actually like it. I'm finishing up the night with a tour of all the coasters, trying to get night rides. And I did High Roller early this morning in the front, and I just did it in the back. And holy God, I feel like my innards are about jackhammered out of my body. All right, that's a wrap for Valleyfair. Went from open to close. I did Wild Thing the most, but I liked Steel Venom the most. That holding brake is insane. But have an early morning flight tomorrow, back to Georgia, back to work. This was literally 24 hours in Minnesota, maybe a little bit less, to be honest. So, see you at the airport tomorrow morning. And just like that, we are back in the airport, not even 24 hours after landing here. Fun trip. Now I'm sleepy, and I might get a neck pillow. See y'all later.